Hello everybody and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sport. And some breaking news in the Springbok camp as they have announced that assistant coach will be departing the side at the end of the year. And he'll actually be going to England. Felix Jones, who joined the Springboks in 2019, has announced that he will officially not be renewing his contract at the end of the year and has opted to take up a position with England Rugby. Both those statements coming out at the same time earlier. Before you sort of look at exactly what this means for the Springboks, as well sort of go into sort of what Felix Jones did and sort of what his role is, please do smash the like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Right, so Felix Jones joined the Springboks in 2019, ahead of the World Cup. When Stories Brain left, Felix Jones came in. However, he actually came in as a defense consultant in 2019, when he was then obviously part of the World Cup winning coaching staff. And he is now, based on that, he then signed a 4-year deal with SA Rugby, keeping him at the Union until the end of 2023, the next sort of World Cup cycle. Now, where Felix Jones has been incredibly important is that he's sort of been the European-based Springbok coach. You know, he's been sort of monitoring foreign-based players, you know, all their lineman camps, for example, that they have, which didn't take place in South Africa. He was running and stuff like that. He was basically like sort of the home of Springbok Rugby, or the Springbok team rather, in Europe. And it was a very important sort of role to have somebody over there that can monitor, that can go to games where and he's accessible, or rather more accessible to the players than the Springbok coaches are. And if you look at sort of what they said, and I think that Rassie Rasmussen sounds like wants them to stay, and this is what he had to say about it. He said that it's a big loss for the Springboks to lose a coach of Felix's caliber. While we are saddened by the decision, we know how difficult it was for him to make that call, and we fully understand the reasons. He's been an asset to the Springboks in the last few years, and the way he's evolved in his role and willingly took on additional responsibilities to ensure that the team functions as optimally as possible in his areas of expertise has been admirable. He says, we know that Felix will remain fully committed to the Springboks cause and give everything as we attempt to defend our Rugby World Cup title in France, and hopefully we can make it a special and memorable send-off off for him later this year. Felix Jones, then speaking about his time, said, coaching the Springboks is one of the biggest privileges in rugby, and I intend to do everything I can to ensure the team is successful until the day my contract comes to a natural end. He said, the last year has been an incredible journey for me and my family, both professionally and personally. I'm indebted to so many people at the Springboks and in South Africa for that. My commitment to the Springboks until the end of the Rugby World Cup is unquestionable, and Rassie, Jacques, and the entire Springbok team know that. The next 5 months are going to be exciting and demanding, and I'm looking forward to preparing for the World Cup with his coaching team. Now, at the same time, England Rugby then released a statement to say that Felix Jones will join the England Rugby coaching staff in 2024. This is what that statement has to say. It says the England Rugby is pleased to announce that men's head coach Steve Borthwick has appointed Felix Jones to join his coaching team for 2024. Speaking on this long-term appointment, Borthwick said about the long-term appointment, by the way. So that's the thing. He's been signed on a multi-year deal. So very highly rated here is Felix Jones. Stephen Borthwick said that our immediate focus is on preparation for the Rugby World Cup 2023. We are continuing to build our program to be in a position to compete to be world champions once again. At the same time, I also want to ensure we are preparing for long-term success for this England team, and I'm excited that a coach as talented as Felix is joining next year. Felix has been competing at the top of world rugby during his 4 years with South Africa and will bring invaluable experience to our setup. Like with Aled Walters, Felix was integral part of the team that won the Rugby World Cup in 2019. Together with Richard Wigglesworth and Kevin Sinfield, we are putting in place a coaching team who have spent their careers at the highest level competing for trophies. That is exactly what we want for this England team. And so that's what they sort of had to say. And no quotes Felix Jones about sort of actual taking up the England job. So we haven't heard from him exactly about that. I think it is a loss for the Springboks. I think at the end of the day, you don't want to lose good coaches, but we also don't know whether what the coaching situation is going to be post the World Cup. Everybody's sort of assuming who's going to be the next Springbok coach. Well, is there going to be a next Springbok coach? If they do go and successfully defend their title, do Rassie Rasmus and Jacques continue with Andile Stick and the likes? What is the succession plan? Is there a succession plan? And that's why I think it's going to be interesting to see sort of over the next sort of 6 months kind of what sort of the developments are. But I think probably the worst part is the fact that this news has come out now, and you kind of worry about that whole sort of 1 foot out the door kind of situation. But for my dealings, whenever I've spoken to him, whenever I've seen him working with the Springbok stuff like that, he is one of the most professional people I think I've seen in around that Springbok team. So I don't think you can sort of question his commitment. So I don't think the Springboks are going to be negatively affected sort of moving forward now in the immediate future. But I think it's a very big coup for England Rugby. Ed Walters, Felix Jones, members who have won the World Cup now going and joining these squads. There's no doubt that's a big boost for England Rugby. But let me know what you think about in the comments below. Is it going to be a big loss for Springboks moving forward? Should we have tried to keep him? What will this mean for England Rugby? I want to know what you think down in the comments below. Please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steven. I'll chat to you soon.